Welcome to Tuesday. I am your resident blonde Asian.
And I am Code Red. Happy Tuesday, y'all.
Did you get it?
No.
Soul Train.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
I never didn't really watch Soul Train.
But you know Soul Train.
Yeah. Okay.
I really wanted to do that.
Obviously.
I feel like that was a missed opportunity. I don't know. You tell me. Did you guys know it was Soul Train? I'm surprised you didn't get that one.
Apparently, I wasn't that hip.
You got Shaggy. We were
on.
doing it for 8 hours straight.
8 hours.
So that makes sense. So anyway, I'm itching my forehead. It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
And we are here with you. We apologize in our it is sporadic upload schedule. It's just us. And things happen. And I know you're like, well, okay, you had the panini, you went away, all of these things.
Mm-hmm.
But this most recent Tuesday,
so bad.
it was hot again. And not because I was wearing a jacket.
No. I mean, it was hot.
It was
in general outside.
No, it was 100 degrees.
It was 100.
We reached
day.
100 degrees over here in Midland. Yeah. And I got home and I noticed that it was hot, but I do live on the second floor and, you know, I have very large windows here. And I said, you know what? I'll just give it a moment. I don't want to overexert.
Right.
The aircon.
See.
Okay. And then, you know, Tuesday happens. Code-Red comes over and it's still warm. And she's not really thinking too much of it either because we're on the second floor.
Yeah.
But then the sun goes down. Sun down, y'all better take care.
And we went outside.
Yeah. And my air died. It was done. We were wearing, I mean, we're real here. We were like sitting around in our underwear, spritzing ourselves with Misty bottles.
And letting the fan blow on us.
And we were surprise spritzing each other because it feels cooler when you surprise someone.
Yes.
Which we did not know.
I preferred the light mist.
Yeah.
As did
Mr.
Jax.
He did. And yeah, so we didn't record for obvious reasons. Like, I feel like it was just so much heat and we just didn't understand. And then we didn't sleep at all.
No.
Which is another reason why I didn't edit. Because, I mean, I know my computer gets hot.
Right.
So I didn't get to it. Whatever. We're here. Apologies. Moving on. Housekeeping. I Googled a Chinese jump rope. I know what it is, but I've never played with it.
I mean, I loved the Chinese jump rope thing.
I see it. I don't know quite how to play it. Maybe that's something we should try. Can we make our own? It looks like we could just make our own.
Probably. I mean, you just do it out of string, out of yarn.
And then I heard someone talk about a Chinese jump rope at work.
Really?
And I wanted to butt in, but
what are the odds?
I wanted to butt in, but I didn't because I didn't want to keep going with it.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. I get it.
And then DVD, the dubbed video dubbed versus Blu-ray. I know it's not dubbed video dubbed. I'm just Flight of the Conchords reference.
I don't really know what it refers to.
I don't know what it refers to, but I only know that reference from Flight of the Conchords. But the Blu-ray was created because it can hold the capacity.
Yeah, okay.
So that's what we were trying to figure out, what came first, DVD, then Blu-ray.
Right, because you do still have, like, some things that have, like, disc 1, disc 2 on the DVDs, you know, because they're so long.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Remember Titanic when it came out on the screen, you know, like movie theaters?
Oh, it had several reels, didn't it?
Yeah, you had to have, like, an intermission break for them to change the reel.
Wow, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Completely forgot about that.
That actually leads us into the topic, but I don't know if we're there yet.
Yeah, no, it kind of nicely does. Drowning.
Yeah.
Drowning.
Yeah.
We were drowning in sweat.
Oh, God, so much sweat.
Unfortunately, people did drown.
In the Titanic. Well, maybe they were still in the Titanic.
We don't know.
You know, and if you watch the movie, poor Jack.
Spoiler alert. if you haven't seen the movie, but I would say some people do drown.
Yes. Yes.
So I don't even know exactly how we can like leap. Like I'm only thinking negative things.
I know. See. Um, Drowning. I mean, yeah, I did do drown proofing in high school, my ninth grade gym class, ninth grade swim class.
How do you drown proof something?
Yeah, so we had to do all of these like for our final exam, there were like all these tests. Like one was to swim underwater, the width of the pool. One was to doing like a surface dive, just from the dolphin kind of surface dive, and then the pencil surface dive to go down and get like a brick off the bottom of the floor or whatever of the deep end. And then we had to do drown proofing. And so drown proofing, they say that the best way to drown proof is not on your back. You know, a lot of people think to like float on your back. The best, this is how we learned, was drown proofing is either you like lay in like dead man's float, like Superman style, right? And you just float face down, and then you just hold your breath, and then you push up and take another breath and go back into that thing, or kind of hold into like almost like yourself in a ball and do the same thing and push yourself up. I think the premise behind it is because if you're floating on your back, you're more likely to have water go into your mouth and nose if
Okay.
there's waves.
I just don't understand why that would be called drown proofing.
I don't know. This was like in 1996.
Because, like, when I think of drown proofing, I'm thinking of like waterproofing. So you don't
Yeah.
let the water. Okay, so I guess it is drown proofing because you're not allowing yourself to drown.
Right,
And
so-
you're conserving your energy.
Yeah, it's about conserving energy. It's about not letting, like I said, water to go up your nose and all that. So when you're just like, when you're just holding your breath and you're in the water, whatever, it's pretty calm like that. And then you go up, you take the quick breath and go down. So we had to do that for like 30 minutes. We had to wade water also in the deep end too. But that's not an effective way to drown proof. People that wade in the water, because you're not conserving your energy.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
that's what I would think.
So I mean, I do feel pretty prepared.
I don't know how to swim.
Well, we can practice drown proofing.
Yeah, that's something that's like a fact I think people aren't surprised to find out. But they're also like, really? I feel like you go to pool. Yeah, notice how I'm never in them. And if I'm in them, I don't go underwater because of my hair.
I don't anymore, really, because of my hair.
I did go in the water a lot before, but I was like super happy.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because I was like, because when you go in the water, you got to wash your hair afterwards.
I
And
know.
I was like happy to do it. And now I'm just like, I don't want to touch my hair unless I absolutely have to.
It's a lot of work for me to have to wash my hair. Like there's a reason I only wash it once a week, because of the color. To maintain the red color, and I don't want to have to go as often. So a lot of people are like, oh, you go every like 6 weeks, right? Every 6 to 8 weeks. I'm like, no, I go 10 weeks. Like
Oh, wow. I didn't know it was that long.
Yeah, I go, the earliest I've done is 8 weeks. And I just do it because it's definitely, to maintain and upkeep on the red. It's definitely a monetary investment. But it's something that I really enjoy. So I'm going to continue to do. And, for me, it is a priority. It's for me, getting my hair done is a happy thing. It's very relaxing. I feel good about it. But yeah, so I tend to not like to go underwater because unless it's like, oh, I got to wash my hair anyway,
Yeah, that's fair.
and then I wash my hair in cold water. So, because of the red also, but yeah, but we'll teach you how to swim if you want.
Nah,
No?
I think
Okay.
I got this far. I'm okay.
Okay.
I do what I need to do, or I like cling on to somebody. Normally, I mean, I guess it makes me, I don't know what it makes me sound like, but normally if I'm in the water, there's normally like a taller, more capable person.
Okay.
So I could kind of just like swim to them. And
Doggy paddle
or
to
like,
them.
or the wall is there.
Yeah.
And I just I
Perch
just
on the
hang
wall.
out. But I haven't been in the water with my hair quite this light. I'm sorry, I got distracted. There's a spider on the ceiling. It's really not that big. I think we're fine.
I think we're okay.
I will let you know.
We've dealt with some monsters.
Yeah, I live by a park. It's very nice back there.
Oh, it is very nice.
Like when you're in it, it's fine. But when the nature,
comes in here,
I don't like it.
nope. Don't like it at all.
But yeah, I haven't been in the water with my or chlorinated water, I should say, with my hair this light. And I know what you're talking about the investment with the hair and stuff. And I'm changing it up at some point. But I have the fear that it's going to turn green
Yeah.
because I've seen it turn green on other people. And I mean, when you think of like something turning green, right?
Yeah.
It's like you think fungus, among us. You think, I don't think St. Patrick's Day.
No. Not turning green. I mean, I'll be honest, I've seen like on Insta or Pinterest or whatever, like I've seen people where they
Wait, pause. You have a Pinterest?
Yeah.
What?
I don't really honestly the only thing I pin on Pinterest is nails.
That's fair.
Because I tend to like to when I get designs on my nails,
Yeah.
I like to have one of a kind designs.
And you don't want to
so-
be like searching forever. Like you're polite
Right.
that way.
So I will usually pick like two or if I want a design thing, I usually pick 2 or 3 different Pinterest designs and pick and choose what I like from different nails and say, okay, I like this. Okay, put it together, do your thing.
So I feel like you could tell I had a reaction to Pinterest.
Yeah.
One, I have a friend who she does watch and listen to our podcast.
Okay.
And she's amazing. But she can maybe things have changed over the years, but she can't say Pinterest. At that time at least.
Really?
Pininterest. I feel like
I
you know
like
who it
it.
is now.
Yeah.
We should make Pininterest.
Right, because it's you pin what you're interested in.
Right.
Pin interest. Pin interest by Tuesday.
Well, it's not our idea. Well, it's our idea, but not our name.
No.
Well, we'll give her a cut.
Yeah.
We're not rude.
I mean, no.
Okay, so the reason why I had a negative reaction to I'm now saying Pininterest, to Pinterest. Is it Pinterest or Pinterest?
I think it's just Pinterest.
I bet you they bought both domains, so they just go to the
Oh.
correct one.
That's smart.
You know how sometimes people buy .con instead of .com, so it would go.
Yeah, because sometimes I've done that. I've actually typed in .con instead of .com.
And sometimes it just brings you to the correct
Right.
thing. I feel like the majority of females I know, this is so hard to say without it being a read, but I'm trying to be more honest about how I feel. I just feel like it's babies and weddings. You get it.
I get it. I get the wedding thing. Like people do the DIY wedding thing or whatever, and they want these cute ideas and stuff.
But it doesn't even have
But
to
you
be
know what?
DIY.
You
It's
know
just,
what? My whole thing with wedding, what I did, I bought a shit ton of those wedding magazines, like, and then like the Knot, and I was on the Knot.com and this and that, and I remember actually I did cut out stuff from magazines and put it in binders and things like that.
I started with that, and I am more likely to do like, I mean, I don't even like doing like style boards, but I had a planner.
Yeah,
That should have been my first sign that I was not destined to stay married, maybe. It just seemed like no one else is going to care. The only thing they're going to remember was the food good and was it poppin'?
Yeah, see, for me, it was more about like, I remember just like hearing all these people saying about how, oh, you know, they didn't really do what they wanted to do. They
Right.
kind of went along with what they should do, what the norm was, whatever. And for me, it was like, listen, if I'm getting married here, like, this wedding is about me and my, well, now ex-husband, me and him, and I want to enjoy it, and I want it to reflect my personality. you
But I mean,
know?
do weddings reflect any personality? Like that's where I was at that point because I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
still, even if I try to make it my own, it's still not my own because I'm still doing the circus thing.
Right.
And I was just not a fan of the concept of a circus wedding. I didn't avoid it, which is, I think the planner was helpful because it's like, this is the flow, this is what you should do. I had a really amazing force. So I'm like, okay, I mean, what could possibly go wrong? I have a story for you, which I don't think you know.
I don't know.
The phrase Nancy Kerrigan got thrown around.
Oh.
But I mean, I just already had all these feelings about. I agree with you 100%. It should be about the union, like not even about me, about the union, because not everybody can get married. Not
Right,
everybody
right.
can be with who they want to be with. And it's like we're spending all this money on something that might not even last.
To me, it was like I really wanted it to feel like a party too. I
Well,
think,
that was my goal, and it
yeah,
did. I mean, our rule was if they didn't say happy birthday to one of us during the year, no matter how family related they were not invited. And I'm so glad I did that.
that's smart. That's a good
Oh yeah,
idea.
that's how I did it, and that's how I was able to. We spent a lot on it
Yeah,
per person, like you know what I mean. Instead of like stretching it thin, like for food, like you know what, this person didn't say happy birthday to you or me. They didn't say congratulations, like, and it made it so easy, and
yeah,
we didn't have. I mean, you know my mom.
I know.
So it wasn't hard for her to be like, yeah, that's fine. You don't have to invite that person.
Yeah. We didn't have a huge wedding. I mean, there was under 140, I think, at our wedding. We got very lucky too because of his uncle being who he was. He was the head chef where we got married, so we got some things and whatnot. We actually, we even just to be able to book as far in advance as we did, that was, I mean, we basically were able to
Your
because
place
of
was
him.
a popular place.
You also had to be a resident too, and you had to have military family, or veteran family kind of thing. There was a lot of requirements with that. But, my mom and I actually had a really good time planning the wedding. I really enjoyed it. I even actually, her and I talked about, I was like, we could do this. Like, I could plan events like this,
Oh,
you know?
I couldn't. I couldn't deal with people like that.
I had a lot of fun with it. And I remember my mom, because like I did very like bright colors. I did like bright fuchsia and orange and pops of lime green, and I had even alternating tablecloths and it was just color everywhere. For me, I think one of the biggest compliments was like just about anybody that walked into the ballroom when they walked in, they're like, "Yep, that's her. This is her wedding." Like it's my wedding by walking in and seeing. My mom was a little nervous at first. She's like, I thought I was going to look a little bit like a circus. And I'm like, it's going to be fine. It's going to be great. It's going to be beautiful, And it was.
I mean, it should if you're spending that much money
Yeah.
on it. Like that's the thing it seems like such a ripoff. Like I was hoping to only have 90 guests, and
Yeah.
the list got bigger, which I like. You can't avoid it. Like I did. Like the only thing I was excited about was my dress, and I wasn't even that excited to go get it.
Yeah.
I was excited to wear the garment,
Right.
and it was great.
Yeah.
Vera Wang. You can't go wrong with that lady. But yeah, that makes me feel like I'm drowning. That idea of like commitment forever.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want it anymore. I thought I wanted it. There was a lot of things I thought I wanted. I thought maybe I could cut my hair short, and then you know what I looked like? A boy.
I've had short hair, long hair. My hair's never been as long as yours. Because I think I just chop it off. Like I just get too, I need a change. It's getting too tangly. But I also have like naturally wavy, curly-ish hair too. So it knots up really easy because of that with the weather.
I mean, does it not, or does it just get tangled? I feel like you get tangled.
It gets tangled, but if I'm not careful, like underneath, like if I'm
At the
wearing
nape?
if I'm wearing it curly, it can, if I don't like put it up the right way or whatever when I go to bed and stuff, it certainly can do that. But yeah, what's funny though with that? I want to say probably like the last month, I remember just being like, should we just like elope? Like
I kind of wanted to do that to begin with.
there's that big part of me that's like, I don't know that I'd ever get married again. I don't know that I want that. I don't know that whatever, but it's also not off the table for me either. Like and we talked about this in our pregnancy episode.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting more and more off the table for me personally.
Like the kids thing, do I want kids? No, do I whatever, but I could come around.
Right.
Or I could be in a situation or be with that particular person or whatever. And I guess to me the marriage thing is similar with that. I don't think I would do the big wedding thing. I think I would really do a destination wedding. And honestly, if our parents and you and your mom are like the only people there, that's okay.
Yeah, you just have to bring the right amount of people. I would definitely do the destination thing, but I would blow the same amount of money on it. So it'd just be like balling.
Because if I'm gonna do a destination wedding, and it's not, see, for me, it's not like I don't need all like the most expensive packages. But no, I want like the suite. I want I want a ball
you
and
want
room.
you want the experience,
Right. I want the
And
room.
I wouldn't have a destination wedding where I didn't. I mean, I know it's not customary to pay for it, but obviously I'd want it to be a lot smaller.
Oh God,
So
yeah.
with if I do it with that same budget, I would be able to afford to fly everybody.
Yeah.
Wherever. Not unless it's like Fiji or something. That'd be crazy.
Right.
But, anywhere like below the equator, shoot, Australia. That would be hilarious to me. They have a zoo there. It's called Featherdale Zoo, where it's the smartest thing I've ever seen. So when I was there, my uncle was like, I'm going to take you to the zoo. And I'm like, okay. But the Featherdale Zoo, they only have Australian animals.
Oh.
So I don't have to get lost in the tigers or anything I know.
Right.
I didn't get to hold the koala because the koala was not in the mood. But I got to pet a koala. They had how do you say, emu or emu?
I think it's emu.
Either way,
Like
the emus were
emu,
running
emu.
around. And I almost said crocodiles were jumping around, but the kangaroos were. So the thing is, here in Detroit,
Could you imagine crocodiles jumping around?
there was one really giant crocodile, and I'm like, that is a fake crocodile. It was so big. I can't even explain.
It had to be hundreds of
It
years
was bigger
old.
than this room.
It had to be like,
It was a dinosaur.
yeah, absolutely.
But I was like, oh no, you could see where its little feet like kicked. I saw a dingo
Okay.
because that's obviously Australian. I said I pet a koala. I forgot where I was going with it. But anyway, Featherdale Zoo. I do.
Yeah.
If I want to. I don't think I want
I
to,
know.
though.
Oh man.
Oh, well, maybe I'll get married now just to do it at the...
Or we could just go there.
Yes. Yes. But that was a moment because I was like, that's brilliant. Just put the animals that are native there. Oh, I know what I was talking about. The kangaroos. So remember when we had a kangaroo exhibit here when they got rid of I think they got rid of the elephants
Okay.
because it's cold here. It's not good for the elephants. So they redid it and they had this kangaroo experience.
That
where
you walk through.
Right. But the problem was, from what I understand, is that people were complaining. They're like, oh, they're just laying there. Well, they're most active at dusk.
Right.
They're not going to bounce around for your pleasure. But the Australian kangaroos,
Everywhere. Every which way.
feeding them, saying hi to them, naming all of them Joey. That so good.
Well, that was like, I mean, going to like the safari in Animal Kingdom, like they always say, like, oh, the best time to go is in the morning, because they're the animals are more active and stuff in the morning. But I will say, the last time I went, back in August of 2013, we went in the morning, probably around like 10 o'clock or so, and then like 9, 10 o'clock, and then we went again.
Was this in Florida or?
Yeah, at Disney World. Yeah. And we went again like later on, probably like 5, 6 o'clock. And it was a different experience, and we had like fun experiences both times.
So it just depends.
I guess it does. It depends on the animal.
Oh, I forgot to tell you the Nancy Kerrigan story.
Oh, see.
I just realized that. So I had a dress, white, even though the jig was up, let's be real. And I had a long train, which I still had out. It was not bustled yet. We're doing the stupid circus thing and going to the table. Okay, now, for those of you who have attended my wedding, thank you for coming. I'm not dissing you for existing and coming and the fact that I had to go to your table and say hello. But that's what we were doing. he was actually on really good behavior, and I was like one of the happier times that I've seen him, like actually happy. But he stepped on my train and I just wiped out.
Oh man.
My hip, like it felt like something slid out and I was crying.
That sounds horrible.
I didn't tell you this story?
No.
Oh my goodness. So that was happening, and then at that time my mom's neighbor, she was like the head of this like mobile x-ray thing, and she's like, I actually drove that van here. Do you want us to look at your hip? We didn't do all of that, but I definitely needed to be removed from the situation
my
for a moment
goodness.
because I was like, out of all of the times, but it was my fault for not bustling the dress. But I did not want to bustle the dress. No
Well,
one else was walking around.
Right, I'm sure it looked beautiful.
You're
walking
paying
all
for the
around.
train.
Right.
Come and ride it. Well, he did, and I died.
Did I tell you that my wedding cake got dropped by the guy that owned the bakery that was delivering it?
Did he make another one?
No, it got dropped on delivery. So
That wouldn't make. Well, here, I didn't even eat my wedding cake. Did you eat yours?
we had the couple of bites, that we did in the initial cutting of the cake thing that we did right away.
See, you're a good sport. I did not want to do any of that, but they're like, you have to. I did not eat it though.
But I was so mad. Our cake was so good. I was so mad that I didn't get to eat it later. That's another story. Well, okay, so first cake gets dropped. He was so nice. I went with a smaller Italian bakery. I think I found him at like one of those bridal shows, or maybe I just saw him. I don't even know, whatever. But I really liked it. I liked what he did. He was amazing. I was going to do like pretty simple. So he made this like it's a 3-tier cake, but I'm going to give you +1 because it'll look better. He didn't charge us for the extra tier. And then he also made us like extra like sheet cake. I remember seeing, like when we come out, I don't know if you guys did this, but we did the thing where we get announced and we went right to the cake and cut the cake first and then went to our table.
No, we didn't do it right away.
So we did that because it was like, okay, people are paying attention, photos right away, and go to sit down, and then it's done. So I remember walking up to it. Now, our florist did an amazing job and decorated the cake table just gorgeous. But I remember getting closer to the cake and thinking, wow, that's an awful lot of flowers. That's way more flowers than I expected. It was beautiful. It looked beautiful still, but I was like, God, that's more flowers than I thought it was going to be. I didn't find out until after the wedding, and we're sitting there, and his uncle tells me, oh, yeah, by the way, your cake got dropped. And our florist was actually
On site.
yeah, as it was being delivered. And they were
Are
like,
florists normally not on site?
no, they usually are.
Mine
but-
was like around the whole time.
Yeah, no. So my florist was actually there for the entire wedding and hung out with us after the wedding, because after he did his floral duties of making sure everything was perfect, we had everything, he ended up bartending my wedding also, because somebody got sick or something or other, and so we were only going to have one bartender. So he was there the entire time bartending, and then he was invited to his uncle's house to play euchre and stuff. So anyway, we're sitting there playing euchre, probably having some beers or whatever, and they're like, yeah, he dropped your cake when he delivered it. I guess he showed up, he was so flustered because he got lost. He was late delivering the cake. He got lost. He was so flustered, and we came in, he dropped it. But it didn't smash completely.
Right.
So I guess his uncle and our florist were like, it's okay, we'll fix it. So his uncle whipped up some frosting, did a little patchwork.
Smart.
The florist was like, oh, I have extra flowers. And did their thing. It looked beautiful still. Looking at the pictures, I was like, oh, yeah, it is a little bit lopsided.
Now you can see it, yeah.
But then, to top it off, so when they were loading up gifts and stuff, they put the rest of that big sheet cake in the back of our car, and we were going to the hotel.
So you didn't know cake was in your trunk?
We didn't know it was in the back seat of the car.
Well, at least it's cake. It's not like meat.
So we didn't realize it until the next morning when we got into the car. And I'm like, oh my God, the cake is in the back of the car. Now, mind you, we got married at the end of July, so now the
Yeah.
cake is ruined.
That's not.
And I was so sad because I was so looking forward to eating the cake.
That, I'm just glad it wasn't meat.
I know. It didn't smell. I don't remember it really smelling.
Well, cake shouldn't. I would hope.
Now, mind you, like I said, it was a hot morning, but it was like from whatever, probably
It was at
2 or 3
least
in the
like
morning.
a
At
little
least-
mushy, slimy, I would think.
Yeah, so we just threw it away.
Slidiness. My cake, this actually was probably the one thing I was very like, no, I'm letting everybody make decisions. I'm saying this is the idea and you're doing it. I know what I want for a cake. We did the tasting and we had 3 tiers also. I was like, everyone's going to expect me to have a square cake with this design. I made them hand cut fondant in houndstooth pattern.
That's awesome.
And I knew they could do it, but this girl went the extra mile and it wasn't like one piece. It wasn't a stencil. She hand cut every little houndstooth because it was round, right? So there were no edges. So she had to do it. And I was like, yes. So I cut the cake, didn't eat it, but I ate what was left over in the privacy of my own home because I don't need people watching me eat cake. And what is it? Why is that a tradition?
I don't know.
So that was also, this was like me like really trying to go against the grain, I guess, because I was like, I'm not doing that. Like, for what? For him to shove cake in my face? And I'm not going to shove cake in my husband's face. That's so stupid.
We didn't
like,
do the cake
again,
shoving thing.
apologies if you did that at your wedding and you thought it was cute. I'll smile at it, but
I was like, you better not smash that thing in my face.
see, and also I didn't want to have that. I did not want to have that moment and look like the bitch. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I did want a gold houndstooth cake, and they made it happen. I was kind of like, I think I said it because I kind of wanted them to fail, so I could prove a point. Like, what's the point?
Right.
Because I'm kind of like that. But no, the cake was really good. There were the 3 or whatever layers, and it was all different stuff. I don't remember what it was, but I remember liking it. And I don't really care for cake.
I love cake.
So it had to be pretty good for me to actually eat it privately.
Which is why I didn't get fondant, because I hate the taste of fondant on my cake. So I was like, I don't give a shit what it looks like. I want it to taste good.
I mean, it tasted
Yeah.
good. Just because there was fondant on my cake
No,
doesn't
to
mean
me-
it didn't taste
No,
good.
to me, I just don't like fondant. So I just didn't want to. But I love how it looks, too. You know what I mean?
It's a very uniform
yes.
thing. I made my own fondant once.
Ooh.
But here's the thing. I thought it wasn't going to taste good because it was vegetarian fondant.
Oh.
And it actually tasted better than the regular fondant, which I wasn't expecting because you don't have the marshmallows in there. It's other stuff you put in there. It was hard to do.
I did not know marshmallows were in it.
Yeah. Or something like that. There's like a gelatine-y type thing. So I had to use like a substitute, and then I, Googled it. And I was like, is it worth it? Because obviously I was making it for someone else because I wouldn't care. I don't even know why I did it now that I think about it. But it was definitely an experience. I understand it, and I never want to do it again. Now, if you brought me fondant and told me to put it on a cake, I could do that.
Oh, for sure.
Now I could. Did I tear it? I did tear it once, but I did what your Uncle Chef did and
Yeah.
patched it
Patch it up.
in the back.
Oh my god. They were smart not to tell me.
Would that have bothered you?
If it was before, I probably would have stressed out about it.
Really?
Yeah. Just because, I mean, like I said, I mean, I planned everything myself, basically. So, and I'm a very meticulous planner with things. Like, I have a way of doing things. Like I said, binder, this and that, whatever. So, I think it probably would have stressed me out to know about it beforehand. So I think it was better for me not to, because then I could just enjoy it, and then it became something that we laughed about. You
Well,
know?
yeah, it's always funny 20 minutes. Well, to me, I can get really angry, but then it's hilarious 20 minutes later to
Yeah.
me. So I think we're at that point. We're going to take 5.
Yeah.
Drowning.
Slowly.
I could drown you in love.
Oh, yeah. That would be nice.
I used to do that a lot. But that was because it was like, if I drown you in love, then you might not see the problems about me.
Yeah. I think that's like a love language for me.
Drowning someone?
No, like affection, I like that. And maybe, I don't know, maybe I like it because I didn't have it for a minute, you know? So, yeah.
I kind of feel like at this point in my life, my cup got full.
Yeah.
And sometimes it like spills over, and I like it every now and then. But it's like, again, not that we're old, but as a not 22-year-old, it's hard to find a guy. I feel like the men that we've run into are either this or this.
Yes.
And they don't understand that we live here.
Right.
Or they're just like, oh, you're saying that now, but then once you're going to go crazy. And it's like, no, literally, you could do whatever you want.
Right.
I'm literally going to do whatever I want.
I'm going to buy 7 pianos.
Hasn't happened yet, but I could if I wanted to.
Yes.
We bought 6 bracelets.
We did. We bought, wait, no, was it 6 or 7
Yeah.
or 8? 6. It was 6.
It was 6, 3 and 3,
It was
and then I
6.
lost one.
I know.
But see, also, I could buy 6, lose one, and not have somebody say, well, you lost it.
Ew. Right. I appreciate someone that gets it, like, you know what? I might want to be like all cuddly, snuggly, da-da-da. And now I'm like, okay, I don't want to touch you.
I need my space.
Yes.
But you know what? There's going to be a really cool auction party discotheque.
Yeah.
Come with me.
Yeah.
See, that's the kind of person I vibe with.
Yeah.
Because it's like, honestly, I'd rather just do stuff with you.
Let's go. Let's, you know.
You want to go to the auction discotheque?
Yeah. Is that a thing?
No.
Oh. I was excited for a minute.
I really sold you on
You
that.
really did. I
You
was
were
like,
gonna you were gonna buy a Monet while listening to Sylvester.
remember the auction guy at
Chad. He was
so dreamy.
that's the thing. Like I kind of feel
We
like
went and looked at auction. We went and looked at the art in the auction just to try to run
see
into
if we
him.
saw Chad. There's something about like a tall man.
He was dressed in a
here's the
suit.
thing. I would have been in my 20s. I would have been like, he's okay. But now I'm like,
And he was just dressed so nice, and he smelled good.
well, it wasn't that he wasn't. Yes, it was nice, but it was because the suit was tailored.
Yes,
Those things matter.
they do.
As I sit here. No, but for real, like that was the thing. Like he just, it was like a breath of Norwegian air because he was from Norway.
Yes. He was a pretty man.
Yeah.
He was a pretty man.
But now it's almost
drown
like
in his affections.
I just feel like now, like I guess maybe the standards are a little lower for the look.
Maybe.
I feel like you're still more forgiving than I am.
I mean, I definitely have.
You have a type.
Yeah.
Oh
I
God,
definitely
does she
it.
have a type?
I do, but I've never yeah.
You never excluded someone because they weren't your type.
Right. Because I think I've definitely found that like people that I didn't think would be my type ended up kind of being someone that I would be into. I mean, actually, my ex-husband was definitely not my type at all.
I want to say other things, but I won't.
But there was something about him at that time in my life, you know, that was attractive to me, and he's always was a very. I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna shut up.
No,
right now.
he's fine. He never did anything to me. You know,
No.
like that. And I'm sure he was if anything, at the least indifferent to me.
Oh, yeah.
But he, he knew who I was. And I'm sorry, I have a tear from laughing.
And I will say one of the things, and and I felt for you because you didn't have, like, your ex. He didn't do this with you. Like, I did feel very supported because he did come to fundraising events and he did come to all my concerts. The one time he had to miss one of my concerts because of work, there was some kind of deadline that he had to have or whatever. The one time that he had to miss, he actually showed up. He came to the auditorium before the show started to wish me luck and apologize for not being able to stay. And he had to, and then all of that had to drive back to work. He didn't want to text me. He didn't want to call me and tell me. He actually showed up to tell me and apologize for not being. That's the only time he ever missed anything like that.
Yeah, I didn't have that.
Yeah, and I mean, and that was the thing.
And now I mean, I definitely understand why you're still friends.
Yeah, and I wouldn't. Here's the thing: like we're friends in a different kind of way. He's not someone that I talk to all the time and stuff, but there is that, where there's always going to be love there.
Yeah.
Because I think that despite everything not working out and all the things that happened on both sides, I will be accountable for, my mistakes in our relationship. But despite all of that, there was always still love there. And, life's too short to focus on the negative parts of it. So that's kind of where I'm at with it.
The last thing I really remember is your ex, climbing into my tiny Lexus, and I had to drive around a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's so tall.
He is.
And his knees were because my car is so small.
That's why he always wanted an SUV.
Which I understand that.
Yeah,
but
there was a foot between us.
I mean, to be fair, I got the car because I look good in it.
You do look good in it.
But the thing that annoyed me, and I shouldn't be annoyed by it, is that when I have my bun, it's too much. It smushes it.
It's a bun smusher.
Yeah.
Nobody likes a smushy bun.
Ew. I think I almost don't like the word smushy. That might be my moist. I'm okay with moist.
I'm okay with it. I like a moist cake or moist chicken.
Yeah, I don't want smushy chicken. Ew.
Oh, man.
This has nothing to do with drowning, but I want to get it off my chest because we do this every now and then.
Yeah.
I had this terrible dream that I was eating cotton candy and all of these teeth crunched out. And I felt it. I was like, it's all gums. And then I went to a mirror in my dream and smiled. And I'm like, can't really tell that those teeth are gone, can you? That was my concern because I was afraid to go to the dentist in my dream. Because I'm afraid of the dentist.
I need to go to the dentist.
I go and I do what I need to do when I'm supposed to do it. But I remember how it felt. It felt just like my teeth were disintegrating. But I guess dreams about your teeth falling out, it's a vanity thing. Your subconscious whatever is worried about your vanity, from what I lightly remember. And the thing is I felt between more so now, since your birthday, I felt a lot more positive about how I look.
Yeah.
So I'm why am I having this dream with my teeth falling out? Crunch. Or maybe it was just because I was thinking about having a crunch for the road. This Captain Andrew, we're going to fly this plane somewhere. About an hour.
Captain Crunch. That's where it's at.
Those were our pilots.
Yeah.
Captain Andrew, though, I was I want to party with him because he's hey, it's Captain Andrew.
So we're gonna fly.
We're going to go somewhere.
And that was the short flight.
That was it, yeah.
That was the commuter
He was
flight.
already on he was probably going to go on the cruise. He was probably on the boat.
He probably did that trip back and forth
3 times
from Dallas, right?
Fort
Dallas
Worth
to
Galveston.
Galveston. or yeah, it was the Houston Hobby Airport. Yeah, so the smaller airport. So he probably did that commuter flight like
Like the back of his hand.
20 times that day alone.
He doesn't even know which direction he's going. He just knows
He
he's
just
one of the two places.
one place. Yeah, he just goes back and forth.
His Tinder just says both.
Both. Where are you from? Both.
Both. Dude, if I saw Captain Andrew on Tinder, I probably would swipe right.
You would swipe up. You would super like.
I'd be like, you need to see this. You need to see this. And I make sure I have one of those stupid booby pictures of me up. They don't know. They don't know about my new edition pizza. If you want to know about the new edition pizza, just wait for the upload.
See.
Speaking of which, it's time to draw the new word.
Yay! Oh man. Oh. I'm reaching things.
I
Ooh.
apologize if there's bird poop in there.
I matched today.
Oh, you do?
If we were at my apartment, my cats would come running because they would think it
It's
was a treat. I'm not afraid to mix it up this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make sure it's a foldy uppy one.
Okay, it's folded. This is hilarious. Because I literally just talked about my cats. Cats.
Okay.
Yay!
That does. That's my teeth falling out in my dream.
I just snorted. Cats.
Cats.
I like it.
I mean, it sounds positive.
It does sound positive. I like cats.
I mean, I definitely, I'll save it.
Okay, we're gonna save it.
So cats, well, not with a Z, right? Or a K?
no, just with a
like
C.
the household
like
cats.
Yeah, yeah.
Felines.
Felines.
All right, so that's our word. Okay, then. That was fun.
It was fun. I feel
was-
like we didn't talk about drowning
Yeah,
all that
it
much.
was very difficult. I mean, we drowned you with our stories.
Yeah, but that's part of what's fun about Tuesday is that you think it's going to start one way and it we loop-de-dee-loo and upside down and here we go and twisty twirl and boom.
This is your flight. We're going somewhere.
Captain.
Strap on, strap in.
Captain.
Either way, strap on or strap in. That should be our slogan. Here we go. Whether you are strapping on or strapping in, this is the 100% Tuesday podcast. I am your resident blonde Asian.
And I'm Code Red.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at 100% Tuesday. Go to our website, 100%Tuesday.
.com.
Bye!
Bye.